Hi everybody, welcome to Crandall Reviews. Thanks for clicking this video. I'm Crandall. Today taking a spoiler-free look at Charlize Theron in Atomic Blonde. Atomic Blonde is a spy thriller set just before the fall of the Berlin Wall at the end of the 1980s. It co-stars James McAvoy, John Goodman, Eddie Marsan. It's directed by David Leitch, who was an uncredited co-director of John Wick. So I had huge expectations for this movie. I heard that it played and the roof blew off the joint at South by Southwest, and the trailer is dripping in desaturated photography, cool neon lighting, and awesome 80s music like George Michael's father figure and some other really cool music cues. So I was friggin' pumped for this, especially because so far this year we've had amazing action movies, John Wick 2, Baby Driver. And then I saw Atomic Blonde at an advanced screening, and I'm going to be honest with you, I was kind of bored. There is some really good action. 8711 is the action company who has been working on the John Wick movies and this movie, and man, they are the best working today, I think. They make spectacular action sequences. When Atomic Blonde starts, it's a slow burn. We get the setup of the spy situation, what's going on, and it's told in a non-linear way that we start with an interrogation scene and then sort of get flashbacks to what happened, which is a very familiar device for a movie like this. I was kind of frustrated because as the movie was going along, I didn't have any characters that I really cared about, which is fine. You don't have to like everyone in a movie like this, but I really found that the storytelling was not quite up to par. Information is doled out so slowly that I didn't care about the MacGuffin. The MacGuffin is never fully explained, which of course it doesn't have to be, but give me a little bit more urgency to what this is. Because I didn't know what stakes were involved in this mission at all, because they never really tell me what the stakes are. So I found that a little bit frustrating. Then as the story progresses, certain information comes out where we get a little bit of twists and turns in terms of backstabbing and people's allegiance. And sometimes that information I felt came too soon, where it actually undercut the dramatic irony that we would have got later. And then some of them come too late, where something is presented as a big reveal like, oh my God. And I'm sitting there going, didn't we know that 30 minutes ago? Why is that presented in such a way? So plot-wise, I found this a little bit plodding. It was just kind of boring to me, and I apologize for that. But the pluses of Atomic Blonde are Charlize Theron is awesome. When she gets the action scenes, she kicks ass. She is so good at the action. And you just care about her because it's Charlize. You know, she was so good in Fury Road. She was good in Fast 8 as the villain. So I really like that she's getting some great roles nowadays and really getting to shine with these physically demanding beat 'em up, shoot 'em up kind of roles, because she's great at it. James McAvoy, all charisma. I liked every scene he was in. I thought he was great. Wasn't quite in it enough to really carry the day. And then some of the other supporting roles were fine. John Goodman, always reliable. So I liked the cast, and Sofia Boutella is in this, and it was so nice to see her without any makeup or prosthetics and just get to play a regular human character. So that was great, and I really like her, and Charlize have a lot of chemistry and some really interesting dynamics. The action, when it does come, is good. We get a few decent action scenes towards the beginning. And as we progress, they're short action scenes, but the 80s soundtrack really drives a lot of the action, and it's fun. The music cues they pick, I liked all of that stuff. The real showcase in this movie is about an hour and 20 in. There is a phenomenal action sequence. It's the one that everybody is going to be talking about. It's the Children of Men, Birdman-esque 12-minute one-shot that takes us from an elevator to a stairwell, into an apartment building, into a car chase, all presented as one shot with tons of badass action, physical fights. It was basically like the John Wick Bourne movie moment of this, and it is so well done and just technically amazing that 12 minutes makes the movie worthwhile. So I wasn't upset that I had seen it, but The rest is just so by the numbers and not as dynamic as I wanted it to be that I couldn't help but feeling a little bit disappointed. The cinematography is really good. I like the desaturated look. I like the use of neon lights and color, and that was all fantastic. But overall, the script is the thing that really lets Atomic Blonde down. The pacing really is a bit of a slog, especially in the first half. So when it finally does come to life, it almost feels like too little too late. And I think if I had seen it before John Wick Chapter 2 and Baby Driver, maybe I would be a bit more enthusiastic. But following in the shadow of those movies, it's fine. But it's just not something I see myself revisiting again and again. They're claiming this might be the launch of a new franchise, the first female 007. Maybe. I'll go see the next one if they make another one. But honestly, in terms of like espionage, female-led thrillers, I prefer Salt with Angelina Jolie or Alias, and there's a lot of similarities between all three of those things. And Atomic Blonde I would rank near the bottom of that list. So that's Atomic Blonde. Hit the comments. Let me know if you loved it, if you think I'm crazy for thinking it was more Atomic Blonde than it was Atomic Blonde. And thanks a lot for watching.